can say that hate crime has been a part of my life from early in life. I was beaten by family. I was in their attempt to beat it out of me. I was beaten by every year of school. Every year, never failed, I got beat up. And it was because of my gender expression. For me, though, the incident that I think really sticks out with me as an adult was here in Atlanta on MARTA. Now, I'm waiting on the train. I think I was coming from work one night. It was around Easter. But I was coming home from work, and it was a late night. And in retail, sometimes you have to stay really, really late at night. And it was like I was catching the last train around 1:30. And I got on the train. Well, I was waiting on the train on the eastbound platform, and a group of men came up behind me. Now, I immediately got nervous because I was like, okay, I don't know what their motives are. Just in general, I was like, they look kind of shifty. But they look shifty. So I was just like, okay, I'm a little nervous. But I handled it pretty well. I just kind of, just tried to act like I just didn't get in. Well, what happened? One of the gentlemen, I guess he found me attractive, and he was trying to approach me to talk to me. Now, keep in mind, he had no problem, in the conversation that we had, and I was basically really just kind of like, I'm good, I'm in a relationship, I'm okay. And he was just like, well, he was insistent, and one of his friends, I guess felt the need to clue him into the fact that I was transgender. And he became embarrassed, I guess, because he felt like I had probably duped him or whatever. Now, keep in mind, I'm rejecting him the whole time. So he proceeds to begin to scream things at me on the platform. You faggot, and you tried to trick me. And I'm like, that's my business. So, of course, anytime crazies, you try to avoid the situation. So I walk away. I walk to the other end of the platform. Now keep in mind, I ordinarily probably would have just left the platform altogether, but I'm thinking this may be the last train. So, and I gotta get home. So, I moved to the other end of the platform, and the young man proceeds to follow me up the platform. Now keep in mind, this entire entourage is with him. And I'm just trying to avoid a situation from getting worse. And no one, by the way, trained on the platform, no one offered to help or is trying to tell him to leave me alone or anything. As a matter of fact, people are kind of chuckling. So the train comes, and I get on the I faked them out. So I went on the train, ran out the other door, ran back down the train, and ran back on. And then I'm trying to find a seat, and at first, it was actually, I don't know if it was a game or something, but it was kind of crowded. And I was, trying to find a seat, and I hear the driver says, please don't hold the doors. Stop holding the doors. The train cannot move if the doors are being held. And everyone that knows MARTA knows that that's annoying because you tried to go somewhere. And the train can't move if the doors are open. Well, what it actually was, his friends were holding the door for him so he could find me. And keep in mind, I'm oblivious of this. I think I've avoided the situation. I ran like 3 cars up. I'm thinking I'm good. And he follows me. Throughout he's looking through the train, and he comes on the train. Now he's running behind me, and I don't see. So then the people around me are like, behind you, look out! And I turned around, and he had turned his rings around, and he slapped me in the face as hard as he could. Now he hit me hard enough to where I actually hit the side of the train window because I was standing, and he left marks in my face. I had ring marks in my face. Now, the horrible part of it was that I was attacked, but the part that really, really sticks out most to me is that what happened on the train is the people began to laugh. No one offered me any assistance. No one said, oh my God, you're okay, and people began to laugh. So in shame, I leave the train because I'm like, oh God, what am I going to do? I think, okay, first thing, I need to call the police. Now, I'm thinking that as the train does finally pull off, I'm thinking, okay, he's accomplished what he wanted to accomplish. I'm good. I'm going to just call the police to file a report. As I'm dialing 911, he's coming up on the platform towards me. And I'm like, oh God, oh God. So I'm talking to the police, and I make it clear on the phone, at the payphone, that I'm talking to the police. I'm like, yes, I'm reporting an incident, and he's walking towards me, and I'm like, and he's, you know, black male, I'm describing him, and he hears me on the phone, and I guess he gets scared and he runs, which is cool. But I'm talking to the phone, and then they refer me. It's really crazy. When you dial 911 in MARTA, it goes through MARTA, and then they try to figure out who's going to come, MARTA, APD, or City of Atlanta, or whatever. And MARTA police finally came, and now, I just got attacked. I got laughed at on the train. So a cop comes up. Initially, he's concerned for my well-being. He's like, "Are you okay, ma'am?" Da 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 da. So then, out of the blue, he goes, "Well, can I see some ID?" And I'm like, okay. So I show him my ID. Now, keep in mind, this is before I was able to get my name changed and all that stuff. So he goes, "Oh my God, you're a man." And I'm like, "No, I used to be, but you know, not." And he's like, so what did you do to get slapped? Now his whole approach changed. He's like, "So what did you do to deserve this?" He's like, "Are you sure you weren't trying to hit on him? Because I know I'd knock you out if you were trying to hit on me."
That's what he said?
Officer, MARTA police officer. And I'm like, "No, no, sir." And he starts laughing. He thinks it's funny. Now there's a female officer with him, and she's consoling me. She's like, "Okay, you know, please ignore him. He's ignorant. You know, we're going to file a report." So I'm walking back to MARTA, to the MARTA headquarters at 5 Points, the police station. And he perceives, the officer thinks it's hilarious. So he stops every man on the platform on the way there. "Are you the one that slapped him? Are you the one that's," and he's cracking up, like it's so funny to him. Now, I don't know what radio calls were made between the time that he's initially met up with me and that I went to the station. But when I got in the station, all the MARTA officers started there. And they bust out laughing at me again. Now these are the officers. And the officer in general, the officer that stopped me, he goes, "Before I search you, do you have any weapons?" And I'm like, "Why are you searching me? I'm just here to file a report." He's like, "Well, anytime you come to the police precinct, we have the right to search you. Do you have any weapons?" And I'm like, "Well, there is a knife." Because I do have a knife on me. I just have a chance to pull it. Okay, there is a knife in my purse. But I did not pull it when the man attacked me, and it was just there. So then they get an even bigger kick out of this. They're like, only in Atlanta does the victim become the perpetrator. And they think this is so funny. So he actually threatened to take me to jail because I have a knife. And so they put me in a little holding area, and I'm waiting thinking, "Oh my God, like I can't believe I just got attacked, I'm gonna go to jail." Like, only me, like, only me. I mean, I was just completely flabbergasted by it. But either way, the woman cop comes in, I guess she had spoken to them, and the female police officer comes in and she goes, "I'm sorry, I'm so sorry you're going through this." And she goes, I want you to write a report of everything that's going on, and I'm gonna take it." No one else had offered to help me to write my report. So she gives me a piece of paper and pen, and I write out everything that happened all the way leading up until that second. And then she's like, and she has tears in her eyes. And she's like, "I'm so sorry." She's like, "I'm just so sorry. I can't imagine what you're going through. I'm so sorry." So hate crimes are those things that is when someone is attacked for being in a perceived group. And that night I was perceived as trans, gay, whatever. And because of that, I was attacked. And no one, at any point, on the train, on the platform, from the officer, or when I went to the precinct, no one offered help. That's a hate crime. And I'm here tonight to let you know that it happens. It happens. It's happened on this campus. I have a friend that was attacked, that was verbally attacked here on campus, and they threatened to shoot her. It happens. And we need to understand that it's born out of ignorance, and it's condoned by people who think that we have a problem, they have a problem with our lifestyle, and they think that it's okay to hurt us. And at the end of the day, what we do has no effect on other people. And I think if we leave people alone and to each his own, I think a lot of this stuff will be avoided. Okay.